who has more AI employees? We're going to find out today. So kind of jumping into specifically, can Claude Cowork beat Perplexity? I believe it can. So I'm going to say how many, and then you're going to do the same prompt. Agents
Okay.
can work at once for me. Okay, we're going to find
Okay.
that question out. That's the first question to throw in.
All right. Here's running. Um, that's a great question. I can run multiple subagents in parallel, work in different parts of tasks simultaneously. Um, Practical limit is around 10 concurrent subagents per turn. Though for
Uh,
most tasks, I typically spin up 2 to 5 at a time, depending on the complexity.
Okay. In Claude Cowork mode, I can spawn multiple subagents to work in tasks in parallel within a single session. There's no hard-coded cap on how many I can launch at once, but practically speaking, 3 to 5 agents tends to be the sweet spot. For
Yeah,
Claude Code, the developer CCL tool, the picture's similar. There's no built-in limit, so I can technically do 10 to 20 or more agents can run simultaneously. So you're losing Claude Code. As I'm showing people, you're losing Claude Code as well
that's fine.
by getting rid. Okay. The practical limits. Your plan rates limits. Pro users get comfortable throughout 2 to 3 concurrent. Max plan users can push more. So I would do a max plan unit. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's my. Can we automate my podcast? Can you automate my podcast? Let's talk about it. This is a great
Okay.
one because you're gonna do the same.
Yep.
I record in Zoom. I stopped using Restream after. I'm going to have it, but I'm not going to use it anymore. Record in Zoom, upload to Descript, edit, and do show notes. I will post and do. There's no way. The posting is never going to be anything except we can schedule. That's where you have to hire a VA. But let's see. Can I automate? Can you automate? Record in Zoom, upload. Can you automate my podcast? Let's do that. And you could ask the same question.
Yeah, and of course, I hit enter before you were done typing. So I just said, "Hey, can you, automate
Let's
my
see.
podcast?"
Let's see what it can do.
So for mine, Eric came back. What's the name and the topic of the podcast? I'll explain that one. So let's
Look what it
see.
does. See, this is what I like is it's asking me what workflow you want.
Yeah. Well, and mine did the same thing. So it was asking me about the name of the podcast, which parts of the podcast workflow take the most time or feel most tedious. So I can do that. I think post-production content, and scheduling and promotion. So where do you publish? Apple, YouTube, Spotify. So also we'll say YouTube. How often? Let's say weekly. And then I'm going to add my actual podcast in there so we can have that and see it. Uh,
All right. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, Pat's doing in his background. What parts of the podcast workflow do you most automated? And now it does it and says, okay. But it looks like let's see who's faster. Here's the honest picture of your podcast automation. What I can automate right now with Google Drive connected, generate professional show notes from any transcript you paste or share. That's not automating. Auto create and save a formatted Google Doc with the show notes timestamps. Build a repeatable show notes template. No. What needs a bridge tool like Zapier or Make, both free tiers available. Zoom Descript. When Zoom cloud recording finishes, auto send it to Descript. Zapier has a Zoom to Descript thing. Descript and publish. After you approve the edit and Descript, auto push the exported audio to Buzzsprout, Spotify, or podcasters. Okay, so it's really not difficult on that end in the video. And my goal, I don't care. I'll have to post. Um,
Mhm.
I don't like this. What about NAN? Okay. What about using NAN? It's N8N. I N8N. I do 30 podcasts a week. Now let's see what it says then.
So for mine, with the post-production content, after each episode, Perplexity can set up a recurring workflow that given a new episode link automatically generates transcripts, show notes, episode descriptions, social media posts, and blog posts, and then email newsletters draft, cross promotional ideas.
Did you know that NAN, especially self-hosted, handles unlimited runs?
Really? Okay.
That's
Oh, and
interesting.
you got a little connect thing there.
I
You can
learned
just
that
connect
from
directly.
Grok, by the way.
Oh, really?
Once you connect N8 and above, here's the full automated pipeline.
Hmm.
Zoom cloud recording finishes. Step one, NAN detects the new recording, pulls the file, metadata, guest name, title. Step two, I guess I don't know how it's going to do that. Audio uploads to script via API, creates a new project name correctly. Descript transcribes, gets notified. When you mark it down, NAN pulls the transcript and sends it to Claude. Step five, Claude generates full show notes, summary. You don't need the show notes. You can get them from the script, but you know what? It might be cheaper. The script starts getting expensive when you start using all their AI too much.
Yeah.
At 30 opens, this saves 30 to 60 hours administration work every single week. I don't want to. I'm probably 20 hours, but let's just say that. Just show on show notes and file management alone. A few quick questions: are you in any cloud or self-hosted? I need you to help me. So
Yeah.
help me set this up. Set up NAN. I think I can handle it. AI can teach you anything. Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. So I'm gonna. So far, are you impressed by Claude's how it's breaking it down? You think that Perplexity's better?
You know what? I mean, granted, I'm biased. I'm always biased. So I love my open claw. I love my perplexity. Yeah, I do love Claude. Claude's nice. I just, when did you hear that they had a release of Claude Code this last week? So you were able to really dig in to see everything that was exposed behind the scenes. I don't know if you saw that.
Uh-uh.
It was compromised. Yeah, it was released.
Okay. Are you ready? So it says, got it. Max starting fresh, 30 podcasts a week. Here's the honest recommendation. Any option to use is any cloud to start. It takes 5 minutes, no technical step. Create your NE8 account. I can't believe, and I'm going to do all this. Connect your apps you use. So some of the stuff that ChatGPT does, great. Can you set up an agent to monitor all this? My goal is show notes and audio and video episode. I'm not going to push it from that to Google Drive. Let's see episode to Google Drive. I decided to get rid of Restream because honestly, I think that Zoom has better APIs set up with Descript. Would you agree?
Hmm.
And I think
Yeah.
that it's much easier for Zoom to automate a download and then go to Google Drive.
Hmm.
So,
Absolutely. And of
to
course, you remember we do have friends at Zoom.
yes, you have to ask them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
tell them
can
about
probably
what I'm
bring
trying to
some of
build.
on the.
So that's the goal is to build all these automations out through AI,
Hmm. Yeah.
and then create an agent to monitor it all. Let's see if this agent will monitor. Ask him, will you monitor my whole process from beginning to end? Ask your guy that.
Hmm. So here's what I asked him because I was like, can you connect in the N8N? Like you have a connector in there.
Yeah.
My guy does not have it through Perplexity. But basically what he says is use N8N webhook node and Perplexity API. So that way we can tie it together. So N8N
Yeah, but
watches
you
the
only
YouTube
have
channel.
you only have one podcast, not 30 to do
I know. Hey, I gotcha.
yeah, that takes me one podcast takes me 5 minutes. Let's
Right?
go. Let's go.
I
And it
gotcha.
might be more than 30. I don't know. I lose
Yeah.
track. Some days I record more than others, and it's thinking. Why is it thinking? All right. So while it's thinking, perplexity. What do you think that Claude can't do that perplexity can?
Yeah. Well, one thing is that Perplexity can link out to different models. Can Claude Co or Cowork connect in the different models outside of Claude?
I doubt it
Which,
because
yeah,
they don't want to, because Perplexity sold out. But that's my take.
yeah.
Go ahead.
But Perplexity can connect into Claude. It can connect into Gemini,
So
OpenAI, whoever you have.
that's an impressive thing that may
Uh-huh.
be a feature, but why is it thinking too much? All I said, great, can you set up an agent to monitor all this? And then now it's thinking too much.
Yeah.
This is too difficult for it. Um,
Yep.
now the thing is that okay, so other goals are going to be I get them uploaded. It does the 20 shorts in
Hmm.
the script. They're done. The only problem is you still got to go make them 9 by 16. Unless I could set up something automated there, I have to set that up. That will add another component that takes some time up. So I think I'll be freeing up about 10 hours a week. And then the goal is to take that, whatever time is remaining, and bring a VA in once everything is automated.
Hmm.
Automating every task. Okay, it's doing the updated to-do list. Does it organize it like this, yours?
Yeah, it's very similar, yes. And
Okay, you're gonna
actually, the tasks are, I got a task right in the middle. That's weird. Oh, actually, I can expand this over. There you go. Yep, made it simple.
okay, ask Perplexity, can you build a website for me?
Yeah, actually, it did. Um, he already did.
What website?
I've got it out there. I've got a sample.
An HTML,
But
right?
yeah, he built it all HTML. I
No,
was
so
hoping
no,
he
no,
could
they can
build
they
in.
can build they can take over Wix and build a Wix website too.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting to see what's happening. Updating the to-do list. It's stuck.
Yeah, it is.
What the
Yeah.
heck? Okay. All right.
So
So
here's some of the questions that I'd ask. Is it a replacement to the existing WordPress site or completely separate? Um, And then, what's the primary purpose? Author portfolio, podcast site, book sales, marketing. He already knows me. Um, the site vibe and fits. Navy,
okay, does
Marine, clean,
Perplexity
modern.
remember everything?
Yeah, it's definitely looking like it is. It is remembering a lot more than my OpenClaw. My OpenClaw really sets up per session unless I build out actual memory with it to say, here's a
Which
memory
will be
for this
expensive.
specific day. It's not that bad. I just bought 5 terabytes for about 186 bucks.
It starts getting expensive early than just using
Yeah.
Claude Cowork. So what do you not think that Claude Cowork can do compared to we'll OpenClaw?
Yeah. And really with one of the things that I did see, did I send you that list of there was a GitHub site that had 186
Yeah.
different agents available to it. Were you able
Look
to
at
load
this. Look,
those?
it's showing the podcast pipeline as a code. All right.
Nice.
Import this directly into NAN. It's a complete 16 node agent that runs every 15 minutes and handles the full pipeline automatically. Step by step instructions to get it live in under an hour. Here's what the agent does every 15 minutes, hands free. Zoom finishes recording, downloads MP4, uploads to Google Drive, and grabs the Zoom transcript. Claude AI writes full show notes, writes a formatted Google Doc ready to publish. For 30 podcasts a week, that saves you. So it's taking the script out of the mix.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. And I don't really need much editing.
There you go. All
But
right.
then and so it's taking what Zoom already you're paying for, because it does do the transcript. And it's probably a way better transcript than Zoom. Interesting. Okay. So that's one thing. What about I need another workflow? I need another. But that's unbelievable how it can build things that you tech people, Dan, by just going ahead and it created for me the podcast pipeline for NAN. That means I can
Hmm.
just put in NAN and it's going to do the node for me, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just hope you don't have to troubleshoot it.
I need
If you have to QA
I
it,
need another workflow
yeah, you need to
for
QA it.
shorts.
And I did that was a thing that I saw in Perplexity is that when it was running through building the website for me last week, it did run through a QA stage. I was like, this is awesome. It's doing QA for me also.
Upload to. And you guess where I found about the N8N? I found that from Grok. having a conversation
Okay.
with Rocket. And
Yeah.
Rocket said, no,
Rocket.
you're not going to spend money on make. You could get NAN and do this unlimited. That just
Yep.
you could have zaps or everything. And I'm calling zaps and it's NAN. I need another workflow for shorts. I need to upload to Descript to create shorts. Let's see. Let's see what Claude Cowork came up with. So did you get the whole thing set up that basically and then we're going to ask a question about what your guys can do versus mine. Okay. Where should the shorts go after the Descript creates them? That would be phenomenal. But the Descript can't. That's not true. You got to be able to do
Okay.
a little bit of things after Descript, something else. Um, keep them there. I download them from there. I have to do captions and make it 9 by 16. The script does not do that automatically. Does your other one do that where it automatically makes them 9 by 16, or you'd have to fit them into 9 by 16?
I
16.
probably have to fit it. I probably have to come
Yeah.
up with a template to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. The script does not do that. Let's see what it says. How should the best clips be identified? Mark them into script. AI picks the best moments. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where should the shorts go after the script creates them? Let's see what it says. And it's going through the thinking process. And then we're going to ask something else. Let's think of something you think that OpenClaw can do that Claude Cowork cannot. I think that Perplexity and Claude Cowork are one and the same, brother and
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
But
I
I
agree.
believe that Claude Cowork can do things that OpenClaw can do too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And with OpenClaw, obviously I'm keeping him around. I have to because well, he's on my Mac Mini sitting here. So I created it and he's been
No,
running
no,
great.
no, I'm going to be running OpenClaw at 1.2. So I'm not.
Yes.
I'm just
We'll
doing
get you
this
there.
as okay.
Drink
I
the
got it.
Kool-Aid.
So
Yeah.
Claude AI finds the best clip moments, uploads the full video and clip guides to the script. What? Really?
Oh, okay.
That's pretty impressive. It's smarter than stupid. Oh, that's because Claude has a deal with the script.
Oh,
So another reason why you should go to Claude Cowork.
okay. Hey, by the way, my Perplexity is still building the website because I just told it because he already created one website for me. It looks good, but he's running Nano Banana to create
Yeah,
the
but this has
images.
got to take so many credits. I wonder if I can do more work production in Claude Cowork than you will with Perplexity. That's my concern about Perplexity, is that they're pulling from other large language models. They're going to charge more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and same thing that I go through with OpenClaw. OpenClaw pulls from those different models, and really you can set it up where you say for this sort of task, run through this. Like for my coding, I run through Max Mini. I don't use uh, Claude. So I just say here, Max Mini for this task. For content generation, I'll use Kimmy K. So I've got a lot of different ways of using it.
So okay, so let's ask some. Where do you think you can stump Claude Cowork? What do you think that OpenClaw can do that Claude Cowork cannot?
Huh. Well, like I said, just taking off of other agents, like where's he pulling his agents from? How is he
I
linking those?
I bet
That's
you I could take that same link you have and create
yeah,
all
that's
these
what you
agents.
should. Yeah, take
Yeah.
that link, run it through there, and see how you can do that. And actually, I think if you just
Email me
yeah,
that link one more time. And I can't wait
yeah,
to when you talk to that guru in AI with like the 167,000 steps
hmm
of things if we had time to do. Okay, here's the short timeline. Import this into alongside podcast pipeline. They run it independently over 30 minutes, step by step, including how to get your Descript API and drive here's exactly what happens automatically for 30 podcasts. Claude reads the transcript, picks 5 the best sent clip moments, creates shorts, brief Google Doc with exact timestamps, hooks, opening lines, and scroll and ready to paste captions, creates a new Descript composition and uploads. I don't know how the hell this is going to be done. This is amazing. I couldn't
Yeah.
get anyone. If this can be done in a couple weeks, like I'm still working on my AI employees, guys. So
Mhm.
I'm not ready for this. I just was testing it, but I'm still asking, what do you not think that you think that OpenClaw can do that Claude Code Work can't? And Pat can't answer it.
I can't because you know what? There's so much stuff both can do. I'll give you that. I can't sit there and say this is the thing that's going to blow you away. I there's a new one
It
that
connects to
came
my
out.
Google Drive, so it can go into
So
my drive.
done. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I uploaded all my books to Google Drive and I just said, here's my persona, and they
With
were able to
perplexity,
read everything.
with perplex.
No, no, through OpenClaw.
Okay.
OpenClaw connects into my Google Drive. It has all my books on there, and it read them all and it processed them and said, "Yep,
Okay, so
here's
now I'm going to find out how
here's what."
much will this cost me? Will this cost me a month? I want to find out. Because if I was using all the things in the script, I probably have to get an enterprise. So this is the next phase. But ladies and gentlemen, if you are doing lots of podcasts, I can automate this stuff for you. And look at this and
Mhm.
tell me what this kind of code is. What the heck is this?
It's just JSON code.
What's that?
It's just a markup language. So once it sees the different variables and elements, it'll assign them. It knows what how to execute. So, like example, there's J code in there. It's a subset. So it's
It's amazing. So, Pat, my question for you is what
Mhm.
do you think? You're going to have to stump me next week on this that you think that Perplexity can do that OpenClaw. You already figured Claude Code work cannot. We already know
Yeah.
one of them.
Mhm.
Can Perplexity write code?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
Perplexity's running right now. And that was the thing is that it split off the task. One task was running off of Sonnet, the other was Opus 4.6. So it had two different tasks
It's
running.
doing all the pricing now.
There you go. Oh, that's awesome. Got to
Okay.
keep it cheap.
Yeah, but look what they did. It's
Yeah.
coming up with the results,
Mhm.
and let's see
Yeah.
if it comes up with something. And pricing. Okay. Okay, let's see here.
And they put it in
NAN Cloud
euros.
Pro Plan 60 euros. Okay, I'm definitely ready with my euros.
Yeah.
Haku, Sonnet. I don't know what this. Okay, that's what they're saying.
Haiku is just it's a budget area, and that's actually what I run for my OpenClaw. Heartbeat is Haiku.
Okay, $24, and they didn't even say Descript. Dummy. What about Descript? And that's the last question today. So it's interesting, but this won't take long to set up. That's probably the gold in this episode. It's not going to take long to set up. My goal is automation. Now, here's the problem. Video, my current employees can't upload video. That's why I'm looking at what did I tell you that company was called? Oh, Vendasta. If
Okay.
Vendasta, how much are their AI employees? I don't want
Hmm.
them to be from Vendasta. If they are, that's fine if they do a lot of work. I need ones who can upload after the Descript and then Google Drive and go upload from Google Drive and just put the shorts up everywhere and schedule them. That will be phenomenal. That's the next of the automation tools.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then I look for more stuff. What things do you want to do to make your day easier?
You know what? I just need to. Well, for one, I got to get taxes out of the way, which is due real soon. I'm good.
See, you should
And
have
once
used,
that's
did you? I created an agent that picks
yeah.
22 points if you get audited or not. You can
Okay.
build an agent saying it's be my CPA, an
Yep.
expert CPA, and look at the 22 parts of the tax code
Mhm.
and figure out specifically. I build an agent doing that.
Awesome.
And then it would go
Awesome.
do that. So you upload the PDF and say, what are my chances of getting audited?
Okay. Yeah, I'll work with it. Yeah, so once I get done with that, I've got a few books. I did a lot of cleanup because Perplexity gave me a lot of ideas of where to tune up my book. So I'm going to be doing that soon. But I do need to just sit down and just hammer out this. Not this weekend, but following weekend, I'm going fishing in Florida. So I already talked to my OpenClaw. I said, hey, if I send you clips, will you be able to merge those together and give me a good little like short? So you'll have to see that when I post it.
So it's doing it,
It would do it, yes.
and it would edit
Yeah.
into 9:16 and everything.
We'll see. I don't know what I want to do yet. I'll have to figure it out.
So what
I
I'm
could
seeing
just
is OpenClaw is very expensive compared to
OpenClaw?
compared to Claude Cowork
Yeah.
and Perplexity.
It could be. Yeah, I guess it could. Because instead of paying the $20 a month, I have to pay for APIs. Yeah, it
But
could
you've
be
not figured
expensive.
it out. How many hours a week can you get it to work, and what does that cost? You should talk about that next podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I should. Yeah, we could do that.
All right.
Cool. All right,
Sounds
nailed it.
good. All right. Go to underwaybooks.com and pick up Pat's book today. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right. That was the special simulcast, the Neil Haley Show. And that's it. And I recorded on live stream. Go figure, guys. I
Cool.
told